Okay, we're here for it. It is day 1 of your Rewired training, and I am so excited to be here with you guys today. If you hear little clippy noises like you're hearing right now, ignore it. That's my little dog. He likes to follow me wherever I go, and if I leave him out, then he will sit there and bark and whine at us the whole entire time. So you're just gonna have to deal with his little clip, 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 clip. But anyways, that's part of the fun of being an entrepreneur, right? Is getting to be home with your in your space and your environment, right? Getting to do what you do, getting to be around your family more. That's why essentially we embark on entrepreneurship, right? Is to be able to set our own hours, to have time freedom, and to be able to do our own thing. Well, part of the problem and part of what I find that people struggle with the most in entrepreneurship is staying on task and staying focused on the goals that they have. In fact, today in one of, Lindsay and I do a lot of coaching, and in one of the group coaching sessions that I had today, spent a lot of time focusing on gaps assessments. Because when people understand where they lack and where they require a little bit more attention, then they can put focus there and they can see that start to grow and start to take off and catapult. And that's really what sets the good from the great apart. Because in this journey of entrepreneurship, you can do your business part-time, you can do it full-time, you just can't do it sometimes. And that's where people really start to slip up and really start to have mistakes and start to really lose momentum. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about one of the ways that Lindsay and I have found that have made serious impacts on the strategy of overlay of what we do day in and day out is literally using and leveraging our AI like a virtual assistant, okay? Now, bear with me here because a lot of people have a lot of opinions about this, and I'm not here to sit here and get controversial or talk about AI replacing people or doing anything to that nature, but I will tell you a couple of things. First of all, AI is here, it's here to stay. And you're not going to beat it, so you might as well figure out how to leverage it and use it to your advantage. Number 2, I actually use this in conjunction with my mini assistants and VAs, and it helps us work smarter, not harder. So even if you do have people employed, this isn't necessarily going to take the place of somebody you have employed. It's just going to help you guys work together in tandem better and more effectively. But I'm specifically talking today to the solopreneurs and the people who are out there that don't have a full-time team working for them, that are struggling with knowing what to do, and just where to start, right? And how you can put your AI to work for you as leveraging it like a full-time assistant in your work, okay? So this is a really simple place to get started to teach your tech stack and your AI how to work for you and not against you. Okay, so a simple system to train your ChatGPT or Claude. Like we said yesterday, do not use DeepSeek, not a good one. Take that one off your tech stack. If you have it on there, Claude or ChatGPT, this is a program or this is a strategy that you can implement with both of these, okay? And leveraging it to train and be like your assistant and like your accountability partner, okay? Set real business goals, execute them weekly without the overwhelm, okay? So how many of you guys kind of have a pretty good firsthand knowledge of what you need to do every week, but you just don't really have any clue sometimes where to start? Like you wake up on Monday morning and you're tired and you've had a long weekend, or I don't know, blah, 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 you name in the blanks, you've traveled, you've been on the road, and you're like, I just don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. And half the day goes by and you're like, I just wasted my entire Monday because I just didn't know what to do. Like, and you struggle with that self-start, right? Anybody guilty of that? If you are, say me in the comments. That's completely normal. I mean, I struggle with that sometimes too. And I have to give myself like a 5-minute reset. I'm like, okay, put your thinking cap on, it's time to go, okay? But this is where we can leverage tools and really combat that like just lost feeling, especially in today's world, because the way we did business even 5 years ago is not the way that people are doing business today, okay? And so understanding the differentiators between that and what's happening is completely important to how we do our business strategy. Sales, brick and mortar, service-based, whatever you're doing, it's really important to understand those differentiators. Does that make sense? Okay, so number 1, clarity is absolutely queen here, or king, whichever one you want to apply it to. Having clarity on how to execute is going to really set you apart from everybody else, because right now, the majority of people are struggling to even know where to start, okay? There's the top upper echelon of people in social sales right now that understand it and are getting by. But the majority of people are down here struggling, not even knowing what to do, just throwing something out there and hoping something sticks and praying for success, okay? So this strategy is literally gonna set you apart and help you just to make that upper incline. And this is a strategy that Lindsay and I have been implementing for the last 9 months together. And using this strategy and leveraging just this little bit alone has brought in over 6 figures into this business and helped us to create it all through intellectual property. No extra like MLM, no anything like that, just all strictly intellectual property and coaching and selling our products, okay? So really important to note. Okay, so defining your 6-month goals. Okay, the first thing that we're gonna work on in this lesson today is defining your 6-month goals, okay? So understanding where you wanna be in 6 months is super critical because the only way you can get there is to reverse engineer it and then figure out a plan to move forward bit by bit, okay? You're not gonna hit your 6-month goals in 1 week. You're gonna hit your 6-month goals in not a lot of time frame. But you've got to figure out those small bite-sized pieces to execute every single day and every single week to get there. Because how do we eat an elephant, right? Well, in theory, it's 1 bite at a time. And I'm not gonna eat an elephant, but if I was, that's how I would tackle it, okay? How do we build a 6 and 7 figure business? Well, you don't do it 1 day at a time. You build it bit by bit and bite by bite, okay? So that's really important. So if you don't know where you're headed, right, your AI or your virtual assistant, right, isn't going to know that either. And this is where thinking ends and the planning begins. Okay, you guys, so clarity creates momentum. So what I want you to do, and I'm gonna give you guys a really cool PDF if you would like the PDF. Say PDF, we'll drop it to you after this training, but I'm gonna give you all the PDFs with all these prompts in it so that you can fully execute this and sit down and do it on your own time. You don't have to sit here and try to like watch it and pause it and watch it and pause it, okay? So I want you to pick up 3 big goals and for the next 6 months. 1 must be a business growth goal, okay? Sales, content, conversions, follow-ups. You pick your target, what you're wanting to do. Okay, and then put it in writing and make it measurable. The other 2 can be about personal, they can be about your time blocking, they can be whatever you want to, but 1 needs to be business, okay? And this is important, but let's just stick with 3 for now. You can have 1,000,000 goals, let's work on 3, okay? And so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into your allotted AI product, whether you're using Claude or ChatGPT. Oh, also side note, you need to pay for the upgraded version. This isn't gonna work on the free version. I hate to burst your bubble. Cheap ain't good and good ain't cheap, okay? And this is applicable. It's a $20-ish a month spend. And so if you're serious about building a business, it's a really great tax write-off. Just pay it and leverage this tool because I promise you, you're gonna get way more than $20 a month out of it when you start using it, okay? Okay, so I want you to write down your 6-month goals below, and I want you to make sure they are specific and measurable. Give them a number and a deadline, okay? Doesn't mean they have to be perfect, doesn't mean this has to go off exactly like you saw. In fact, it's probably gonna change and it's probably gonna pivot a little bit, but the important part is that it takes place and that it happens in this little bite-sized chunk, okay? Okay, so for an example, and this is all things you can write down. And when you actually sit down to execute this lesson, like I said, you're going to have this PDF in front of you and you can work on this. So for an example, your business goals might be to grow Instagram from 1,500 to 5,000 followers by December 1st. Maybe make $10,000 in sales from one of your low ticket offers. Book 15 calls, right, from cold DMs. Post 3 times per week with viral hooks and see 25% boost in your engagement. Get 200 new leads on your email list. Book 15 shows. Maybe you travel on the road and book 15 new shows between now and the end of the year for next year, right? Maybe it's to have 5 meet and greets between now and then. Maybe it's to speak on stage at least 6 times, right? So put those goals out there, okay? And the magical thing here is I don't need you to worry about how this is going to happen. This is where we start to let AI do the magic for us, okay? So you're going to put those goals out there. And remember, up to 3, okay? 1 has to be business. Okay, then this is where the cool thing comes in. And this is also where, again, you're going to have this PDF. I don't like to do live demos while I train. You guys are going to find this out about me. I'd much rather just teach you and talk to you and then give you a PDF and then let you go execute it on your own. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your first goal. So I want to do blank by time so I can blank, and that's why it matters, okay? And this is how I'm gonna measure it, by this goal that I'm going to, or this timeline, or this income, or this follower metric, okay? This is how I'm going to actually track it, because again, these are measurable, right? So this prompt is gonna live in that PDF. So you're gonna put that prompt in your ChatGPT, right? And fill that in. So your goal might be, I want to grow my Instagram by from 1,500 to 5,000 followers by December 1st. Okay, so that I can make more sales, so that I can hit $10,000 in revenue for this blah blah blah, right? Whatever that it looks like for you. Okay, and then I want you to do the same thing for your second goal, and the same thing for your third goal. Okay, write those out. Okay, now then, this is where coming in to training your assistant is so important. Again, you're writing those down. We're not putting those in AI quite yet. Okay, so your AI assistant that you're going to be teaching about you and your goals is only as good as the feedback you give it. And this is where we teach it to think like you. Okay, plan with you and execute on your vision. Okay, and fast. So don't overthink it. I want you to just copy and paste the prompt that I give you. It's in the PDF. Again, if you need the PDF, say PDF. I'll make sure and get it sent to you. And if you're not asking for the PDF, then you're not really serious about doing this training. Let's just put that out there. And this is basically what you're going to say. And you can copy this right out of the prompt. Okay, you're my AI assistant. And mine's Max. So I'm like, hey, Max, welcome to working with me. I am Crystal, and you are my assistant. Your job is to help me grow my audience and create content that hits hard and fast and drives conversations weekly, okay? Here's what I need you to know about me. And this is where you start giving it all the information you possibly can. I gave you some basic general guidelines, okay? Who you are, what you sell, you're specialized in blah, 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 your tone, your 6-month goals, okay? But just keep in mind here, the more that you feed it, the more that you just barf into it, just give it that word salad, right? The better it's going to get to know you, and it's going to get to speak to you, and it's going to be able to help you. Okay, so right here, this is really important. I gave you a prompt, but what I would like you to do is hit the little microphone button down there on the bottom of your AI, on your assistant, and your little tool, and I'd like you to just talk to it and tell it everything about you, your business, how you handle it, what you do. Just give it all the information you can possibly think of. If you have any PDFs, any documents, anything you can give it, the more the better. Because essentially what you're doing is you're training this AI, okay, to work for you. So take the time to give it some information, okay? And then I stop. And I say, okay, and this is still in the same riff. Like this riff is going to be like this long, okay? It's going to be like blah, 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 okay? This is really how this works, you guys. It's really just this simple. And then at the very bottom, I say, but before we proceed, I need you to ask me some questions about me so you can get to know me even better, okay? Then it's going to dump a bunch of questions on you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to be like, oh my gosh, these are great questions. And then just start reading the questions and answering them as you're pushing the microphone. Like let the microphone just run, capture your voice, capture your thoughts, because it's also going to start capturing how you talk and your lingo. And give it all of that really good insight into your brain, how you process, how you think, what you do, what your business is about, why it's important, when, all the things. And it's going to start helping you build out this massively reverse engineered 6-month goal plan, okay? Here's why this matters. Because next week when you sit down to go to work and you sit down on a Monday and you've been gone all weekend and you're tired and you're exhausted, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful I took the time to do this, because look, here is week 1, day 1, hour 1, rolled out to me on a silver platter, okay? You guys, this is a game changer. This truly is a game changer, especially when you cannot put a thought together in your head, okay? Okay, so give it all that information, let it ask you some questions, get to know you, and then it's gonna be like, then it's gonna say, okay, would you like me to keep doing this? Would you like me to keep building this? No, I need you to stop, okay? Then I'm going to give you some follow-up prompts. Again, these are in the PDF. And you're going to say, Based on my goals, where should I focus this week? What 3 daily actions will help me move faster? What's something I'm avoiding that's slowing me down? What content should I post this week to help me with goal 1? Give me a clear weekly checklist to execute. Okay, you seen how that works? Okay, and then you're gonna start chunking it out, okay? The weekly planning system. Okay, you're building a machine here, you guys. So, 1 project at a time, 1 week at a time. Use your bot to break down your 6-month goals into monthly milestones. Then into weekly checklists. This is how you create the momentum, 1 focus at a time, okay? If you are somebody like me, you may want to say, okay, create me my 6-month goal strategy list. And you may want to have it create like the entire 6-month strategies for you. And then you'd be like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Little note to self, pull this out, okay? Save it somewhere else because it doesn't necessarily mean your riffs are going to always stay in here. Talk about that in a minute. And then say, okay, based on this, I love this plan. This is so amazing. Week 1, day 1, where do I start to hit this in 6 months? Oh my gosh, are you guys having light bulb moments yet? Are you seeing how this is going to reverse engineer and save your life and make things so much better? And instead of trying to figure out every single day what to do to get to that 6-month plan, you set the goal and you work backwards from it. Can I get some like amens in the chat real quick? Right? Are you seeing it? Okay. I'm seeing it too. And the really cool thing is this actually works. And this actually will turn your production into dollars. Okay. A couple of quick tips when you first start using your AI. You can use the little projects button over in the side and create projects. So what I would recommend highly doing in the beginning is creating these within little projects. And I actually give you this information too in the PDF printout where I show you how to make the folders and then make the subsections. That way you can go back in and work within each one and you don't get confused. Make sure you label them properly. So that's just kind of part of being organized and using this properly. But it does make things pretty stinking amazing, okay? So then after you are working and you have it chunked out into your weekly planning system, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to go in and I want you to ask it to take all of this and break it down into milestones so that you can start checking off your milestones and seeing where you're getting ahead, because what's recorded grows, what's reported and recorded grows exponentially. And you guys, this is so simple to do with AI. It's literally going to build this for you. You're going to see it and you're going to be able to execute it. Okay. It really is going to be that simple. Sometimes you do have to make sure you tell your AI to slow down. Don't give me quite as much information. Work 1 little project at a time and let me read through it and approve it before we go into the next one. Little things like that, just like you would train a VA or an assistant, okay? Hey, wait a minute, this is way too much information. Back up and go back to what we're working on Monday morning. I don't need the whole week yet. I'm not there yet. Get through Monday morning and be like, okay, this looks great. Now then, we've made a few tweaks, right? Push back on it. Be like, no, I hate this idea. I hate this proposal. Take that out there and fix it, and let's do this, this, and this. Okay, again, AI is your assistant. It works for you. You have to tell it what to do, and you have to think for it. Now, it's amazing, and it can do all kinds of amazing things, but what people forget to do is they forget to remember that they're in control, and the AI is just a computer, and that we don't work for computers. Computers work for us, right? Okay, you guys been there? Anybody? Like I don't know. I think I might work for my AI. No, you don't. It works for you. Okay. So super important. So this is when you get to that little extra details that are going to make all of the difference in the world, because understanding how to leverage and really push back and riff with your AI is going to be so important, especially when you're using something like a GPT to really roll with and build out. Because you guys, you can build out business plans, you can build out marketing strategies, you can build out, I mean, we have built out joint ventureships, we have built out like highly, very intricate processes, NDAs, all kinds of things. Like think like a defense attorney and do this, or think like a contractual attorney and do this, or write up my joint venture with my business partner who I'm doing this and this with. Like, you guys, the possibilities are endless here, okay? Write out some viral content. Write out this. Use these hooks. No, I don't like those hooks. Those aren't going to resonate. Here's what I do. Here's what I am good at. Put this together for me. I don't like that. Change this. Are you seeing how you just start to speak to it? And use that little voice feature. Don't sit there and type this all out. Use the microphone so that it makes it so much easier for you to think and process with it, okay? Okay. So now, the Monday check-in ritual. Let's talk about how you can really start to execute with this really well every single Monday. Okay, every Monday, so you're going to come in, you've built out your AI, you've taught it how to know who you are, to know what you do, you've taught it about your business, you have folders, you have all of that really cool stuff set up, and now you're sitting down week 2 or 3, right? You've got your 6-month goals. Hopefully you've taken them down and you've written them on your refrigerator somewhere, put them on your bathroom mirror in your office. You sit down on your Monday morning, first thing at 8 o'clock, and you say, "Good morning, Max," because that's the name of my bot. And I say, what is my priority this week based on our goals? What's my priority? And it's going to bleh on you, your priority list, okay? And then you're going to say, okay, cool. What are the 3 non-negotiable tasks I must complete? And it's going to be like, bleh. What content should I post this week? Bleh, right? Any messaging I should focus on this week, specifically in my DMs, right? Because hopefully you're sending out DMs every single day. And if you're not, whole different conversation. Blah. And then last of all, what can I delegate or automate? Blah. Okay. Take those chunks, put them over into a Google Doc or in your notes and start working from that list and get it done. Okay. On Friday, every Friday at the end of your work week, then you go in and you're going to say, okay, what worked well this week? What didn't get done and why? Okay. And you're going to answer these questions. What should I adjust next week? Remind me what the next milestone is next week so I can focus. And so it's going to ask you, you're going to ask it and you're going to tell it and you're going to give it the information. It's going to suck it up, put it back in the database. And then you're going to have that rift for next week when you come back and you're ready to work on Monday again. Holy cow. Are you guys mind blown? Are you like absolutely mind blown? Have you ever thought about how simple it is to reverse engineer to get to your goals? And I'm telling you guys, these tasks can be anything you want them to be. And once you learn how to get really good with task management like this and reverse engineering your goals to this nature, you can do this with every facet in your life. You can do this with your meal prep. You can do this with your cleaning schedule. You can do this with your kids' baseball schedules. Like, you can do this with time management, everything. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely a game changer. Okay? Okay. So the final recap, let's kind of walk through this one more time to make sure you have it. You're going to stay out of the overwhelm and you're going to stay in the execution, okay? You're going to set 3 specific 6-month goals. Train your AI to know you, your goals, and your voice. You're going to ask your new assistant to reverse engineer your weekly action plan based on your 6-month goals and your really big long list of what you're wanting to accomplish with measurable metrics, right? And you're going to check in every Monday and Friday to get what to do and then talk about, assess it. So you're going to start with the week and then you're going to go back and you'll be like, what went good? What went bad? Right? You're going to have conversations with it. You're going to let it guide you. This is a $20 a month tool. You're getting an assistant for $20 a month. You're welcome. Holy cow. It's worth it. It's going to be a game changer once you learn how to really leverage this. Adjust and repeat as needed. Okay? Your mantra needs to be, I don't need more ideas. I just need a system that helps me finish what I started, right? This will keep you from squirreling. This will keep you from getting off track. This will keep you laser focused. It's okay if it pivots. It's okay if it molds out a little bit. It's okay if it kind of like spreads or takes a little different turns and twists. That's okay. That's human nature. That's creativity. But what I need you to understand is how important it is to stay laser focused on these kinds of activities, because this is what takes you to point A to point B. And this is what takes you from being a very small solopreneur to entrepreneur to having a booming business where that can support you, pay your bills, and you can feel very proud of your success that you've grown. Also, one of the biggest things too in entrepreneurship is people don't often follow through. That's really what sets the good from the great apart. They start out with something and they don't know how to stay self-motivated. Leveraging your AI as a tool like this and as a virtual assistant is going to help you stay super focused on what's got to get done so that you don't get sidetracked and procrastinate and let your business completely fall apart. Anybody ever done that? Anybody like, well, I gotta do laundry, I gotta do my dishes, I gotta take care of my kids, and you procrastinate and you completely forget to take care of your business, and then pretty soon you don't have one. Okay, not an option. Not an option. And this is gonna help you figure that out and take care of that and make sure those important tasks don't fall through the cracks, okay? These are the secrets that all of the really successful self-motivated entrepreneurs are doing, and this is what you need to learn too to get good and go to the next level. So the really cool thing about how this workshop works too, like as you guys are going through this, and then tomorrow Lindsay's going to talk to you about branding and how to make sure that your branding shows up on point, looks beautiful, sets you apart from everybody else, and doing it very simply and really fast, even though you don't have any graphic design experience. Hello. If you are wanting to go to the next level, just know that we are going to have an expanded workshop version where we actually take you through this, because with what we're doing here, we're going to tell you about it. We're going to give you the PDFs and let you go DIY it. But if you're wanting to go deeper and you're like, I need some hands-on and you need you to like overview this, I need you to make sure this is going in the right direction and make sure that AI isn't taking me down some crazy path or whatever, then we're going to do some more hands-on training. And we do have some seats available for that. So if that's something you're interested in, you're like, this is fantastic, I need to know where to go next. Stay with us all week, and we do have some more of those options coming up. So that's going to be really cool. But so today, day one, turning your AI bot into a virtual assistant, helping you reverse engineer your 6-month goals and helping you achieve them with all the things. So this was, I hope, really helpful. This is something that has literally set our business apart and has helped us create hundreds of thousands of dollars in less than a year, and it works, and it's very powerful. Again, if you want the PDF, say PDF below because we will get it to you. And the PDF's got all the prompts in there. So if you don't want the PDF, you're kind of crazy because it's very powerful. But anyways, so I'm Crystal Blackard signing off today, and I have thoroughly enjoyed being here with you guys. And I look forward to reading the comments and checking out Lindsay. Tomorrow she'll be here at noon, and she'll actually be here. You're going to see from Lindsay the rest of the week. She'll be here at noon Wednesday, Thursday, and then a Q&A on Friday. And then, and yeah, we're going to keep rolling for those of you that want to keep going with this and get really good at it. So anyways, I will talk to you soon, and Lindsay will be back here tomorrow at noon to tell you about branding. Bye.